Hello everyone, and welcome to the caffeine-fueled adventure you never knew you needed. If you're the type of person who measures their life in coffee spoons, then buckle up because we're about to embark on a global tour of the top coffee destinations. We're diving headfirst into the heart of coffee culture, where the aroma is intoxicating, the baristas are artists, and the coffee? Well, let's just say it's an experience. From the bustling streets of Melbourne to the charming cafes of Paris, we'll be exploring the unique flavors, traditions, and stories that make each destination a coffee lover's paradise. So brew yourself a cuppa, get comfy, and prepare to be whisked away on a coffee-fueled journey around the world.
First stop, Melbourne, Australia. Now you might be thinking, Australia? For coffee? Oh, mate. Let me tell ya, these Aussies take their coffee seriously. Melbourne is like the cool kid on the coffee block, always ahead of the curve, always experimenting. You won't find any venti iced caramel macchiatos here. No, sir. We're talking single origin beans, pour over methods, and latte art that could rival the Mona Lisa. Think of Melbourne as a giant coffee laboratory where baristas are the mad scientists, whipping up concoctions that'll make your taste buds sing. And the best part? You're spoiled for choice. Tiny hole-in-the-wall cafes, bustling coffee houses, roasteries where you can practically taste the aroma in the air. Melbourne has it all. Oh, and did I mention the brunch? Because, let's be honest, no coffee experience is complete without a delicious brunch spread. Avocado toast? Check. Eggs Benedict with a side of smashed avo? Double check. So, if you ever find yourself down under, do yourself a favor and spend a few days getting lost in Melbourne's coffee scene.
From the laid-back vibes of Melbourne, we're time-traveling to Vienna, Austria, a city where coffee culture is steeped in history and tradition. Picture this. You're sitting in a grand coffee house, one that's been around for centuries, with high ceilings, plush velvet chairs, and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingling with the scent of old books. You're sipping on a perfectly brewed Viennese melange, a double shot of espresso with steamed milk and milk foam, while reading a newspaper and watching the world go by. And speaking of coffee, Vienna has a coffee for every mood. Feeling fancy? Order a Einspanner, a strong black coffee topped with whipped cream. Viennese coffee houses are like social institutions, places where people gather to discuss ideas, debate politics, or simply enjoy each other's company over a cup of coffee and a slice of sachertorte. So, if you're looking for a coffee experience that's as enriching as it is delicious, Vienna is calling your name. Next up, we're crossing the pond to Seattle, Washington, the birthplace of Starbucks, and a city that practically runs on coffee. Yes, Seattle is where the Green Mermaid first made its mark, and yes, you'll find a Starbucks on practically every corner. But Seattle's coffee scene is so much more than just one global chain. It's a city where independent coffee shops thrive, where baristas are treated like rock stars, and where you'll find some of the most innovative and experimental coffee creations in the world. From the original Starbucks Pike Place Market to quirky indie shops with names like Victrola Coffee Roasters and Storyville Coffee, Seattle's coffee scene is a vibrant mix of old and new, familiar and unexpected. You can grab a classic latte on your way to work, or spend an afternoon exploring the city's hidden coffee gems, discovering new roasts and brewing methods. Seattleites are serious about their coffee, so whether you're a die-hard Starbucks fan or an independent coffee aficionado, Seattle has something for everyone.
Ciao, coffee lovers! Our next stop is Rome, the city of romance, history, and incredible coffee. Rome is already a favorite travel destination because of all of its amazing monuments. But while you are there, it is paramount that you stop whatever you are doing to have a coffee break. Coffee in Rome is a way of life. It's a quick pick-me-up and a moment of connection. When in Rome, drink coffee like the Romans do. Stand at the bar, espresso in hand, and down it in a few glorious gulps. From Cafe Freddo to Cafe Corretto, Rome has a coffee for every mood. Oh, and don't forget to order yourself a delicious cornetto con Nutella, or even better, a cornetto al pistachio. Trust me, it is worth every calorie.
Hold on to your fez hats, coffee aficionados, because we're about to embark on a sensory adventure to Istanbul, Turkey, a city where coffee isn't just a drink, it's an experience. We're talking about Turkish coffee, a brewing method so unique, so rich in history and tradition, that it's actually recognized by UNESCO. It's strong, it's unfiltered, and it's traditionally brewed in a çezve, a small, long-handled pot. And here's where it gets interesting. After you finish your coffee, your fortune awaits at the bottom of the cup. Yes, you heard that right. Turkish coffee reading is a serious business in Istanbul, and you'll find fortune tellers on practically every corner, ready to decipher the patterns left behind by the coffee grounds. The aroma alone is enough to make you weak in the knees. And the taste? Well, it's like a warm hug for your soul. So when you're in Istanbul, find a local coffee house, order yourself a cup of Turkish coffee, and savor the moment. Konnichiwa, coffee lovers, and welcome to Tokyo, Japan, a city where ancient traditions and futuristic technology collide, and coffee culture is no exception. Forget your average latte art. In Tokyo, we're talking 3D coffee creations so intricate, so mind-blowingly detailed, that you'll almost feel bad drinking them. Almost. But Tokyo's coffee scene is so much more than just Instagrammable drinks. From minimalist cafes with single-origin beans roasted to perfection, to quirky themed cafes where you can sip your coffee surrounded by fluffy cats or hedgehogs. Yes, really. Tokyo's coffee scene is as diverse and eclectic as the city itself. Want to experience coffee like a true local? Head to a kisaten, a traditional Japanese coffee shop that's been around for decades. So whether you're a coffee connoisseur or simply looking for a unique and unforgettable coffee experience, Tokyo won't disappoint.
Hola, coffee aficionados! Our caffeine-fueled adventure takes us to Sao Paulo, Brazil, the beating heart of the world's largest coffee producer. Forget your fancy coffee shops and third-wave coffee trends. In Brazil, it's all about the beans, baby. And trust me, these Brazilians know their beans.
We're talking about generations of coffee-growing families, vast coffee plantations stretching as far as the eye can see, and a passion for coffee that's palpable in every sip. In Sao Paulo, you can experience the entire coffee journey, from bean to cup.
Visit a coffee plantation, learn about the different coffee varieties, witness the harvesting and roasting process, and finally, savor the fruits of their labor with a freshly brewed cup of Brazilian coffee. Brazilian coffee is known for its smooth, rich flavor, with notes of chocolate, caramel, and nuts. So if you're a true coffee lover, a trip to Sao Paulo is a...
Welcome, coffee lovers, to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, the birthplace of coffee itself. Here, coffee isn't just a beverage, it's a cultural ritual passed down through generations. Coffee is traditionally prepared using a jabina, a clay pot with a round body and a long, thin spout. The ceremony involves roasting green beans, grinding them by hand, and brewing 3 times. The first brew, Abel, is the strongest. The second, Toner, is milder. The third, Barika, is the weakest and represents a blessing. Served in small, handleless cups, it's enjoyed with sugar or black. In Addis Ababa, don't miss a traditional coffee ceremony. Hola, coffee lovers! Our next stop takes us to Havana, Cuba, a city where the music is hot, the rum is flowing, and the coffee, well, let's just say it's strong enough to wake the dead. Cuban coffee is not for the faint of heart, my friends. It's a potent brew, traditionally made with dark roasted beans, brewed strong and sweetened with sugar. One of the most popular ways to enjoy Cuban coffee is in the form of a café cubano, a shot of espresso that's sweetened with espuma, a frothy mixture of sugar, and the first few drops of espresso, whipped together to create a creamy, caramel-like topping. But Cuban coffee culture is so much more than just strong coffee. It's about slowing down, savoring the moment, and enjoying a cup of coffee with friends and family. So, if you're looking for a coffee experience that's as vibrant and full of life as the city itself, Havana is the place to be.
Bonjour, coffee lovers, and welcome to Paris, the city of love, lights, and of course, charming cafes. Forget your to-go cups and hurried coffee breaks. In Paris, coffee is an experience to be savoured, preferably while sitting at a sidewalk cafe, watching the world go by. Picture this. You're sitting at a small, round table, the Eiffel Tower shimmering in the distance, a warm croissant in one hand, and a perfectly brewed café cream in the other. Life doesn't get much better than this, does it? In Paris, coffee is more than just a beverage. It's a ritual, a way of life. It's about taking a break from the hustle and bustle, enjoying a moment of peace and quiet, and indulging in a little bit of Parisian charm. So, whether you're a coffee connoisseur or simply looking for a charming and unforgettable coffee experience, Paris is calling your name.
And there you have it, coffee lovers, our whirlwind tour of the world's top coffee destinations. From the bustling streets of Melbourne to the charming cafes of Paris, we've explored the diverse and delicious world of coffee, discovering unique flavors, traditions, and stories along the way. So, the next time you reach for your morning cup of coffee, remember that it's more than just a beverage. Until next time, happy caffeinating.